Hi artists, today we're going to talk about the colors we find on the color wheel. Here's your basic color wheel. You know your primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. When you put two primary colors together, you get your secondary colors, orange, green, and purple. Now, when you put a primary color together with a secondary color, you get a tertiary color. Some people call them intermediate colors. They're the colors that have names like red-orange, yellow-green, blue-green, blue-violet, and red-violet. They're the colors that really make life more interesting, I think. Colors are also divided into families, like warm colors. They're the reds, the oranges, the yellows that make you think of fall or fire. This picture here, it really illustrates a beautiful use of warm colors. The cool colors are our purples, our blues, our greens. They always remind me of a garden or under the sea. This painting of irises by Van Gogh uses cool colors beautifully. Then we get to complementary colors. They're the colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. So red and green, blue and orange, yellow and purple. And Van Gogh uses them very nicely in this painting, Starry Night. I'm sure you recognize that. For this project, you're going to need paper, of course, a pencil, an eraser, and I used all kinds of different things. I used markers, I used paint, I used crayon, I even used some gel pens for this project. So anything you've got to add some color. So you're going to start by folding your square paper into 4 sections, and then you are going to divide those 4 squares with a line, and so now we have 4 quadrants, we can call them. So we're going to make a radial design. So we're going to keep turning our page, and we're going to put the same drawing or the same thing in every one of those sections. And we're going to try to keep them as close to the same as we possibly can, so that no matter which way you turn the paper, it looks the same. I traced my little circle tracer here, but you could use scissors, you could draw freehand. It's up to you. The idea is just to get sort of an interesting pattern or design. Then I traced it with black permanent marker. I'm using permanent marker because I'm going to use some watercolor paints and I don't want the colors to bleed. Now the next thing you're going to do after you've outlined it all is you're going to start adding color. You have 4 different sections of this artwork, and you're going to color each of them with a different color family. So you're going to color one section with warm colors. They're the colors, remember, red, yellow, orange, that remind you of fall or fire. In another section, you're going to color them with cool colors, your purples, your blues, your greens, the colors that remind you of under the sea or in a nice shady garden. I used watercolors, but you could use marker or crayon. It depends. Whatever you have on hand, you can use to create those colors. This is going to be my base level. I'm going to do a lot more after that. In the remaining sections, you're going to use complementary colors. So you've got a little bit of choice here. Remember, the complementary colors are the colors across from each other on the color wheel. Purple and yellow, blue and orange, or red and green. Pick 2 of those combinations and continue to paint or color in those sections. Once you've done all of that and you have your picture sort of painted, it looks pretty cool, but there's so much more that we can do to that. Now it's time to get out your favorite markers or gel pens. This part you could use even chalk pastel or oil pastels, crayons, whatever you happen to have. This is a great project if you love to doodle, because you're going to doodle all kinds of patterns and designs on top of the colors that you've already blocked in. When you are finished with this, you are going to be amazed at what you created. So this is how mine turned out when I was all finished. I ended up using crayons and gel pens and a couple paint markers. Whatever you have on hand, you can use. You're going to create brilliant, gorgeous works. I hope you have fun and stay creative.